board. Thanks for coming, and the first thing we do is the Pledge of Allegiance. So if you'd please stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll have a moment of silence, self-reflection, or prayer, whichever you choose. Okay, and 1.3, Superintendent Hall, do you have any adjustments to the schedule?
There are no adjustments tonight, Mr. Thompson.
Okay, thank you. 1.4, our core purpose, success for all students. Our core goal is at least 90% of students pass language arts, English, and mathematics on state assessments. Our core values, character. We will continue to be an institution guided by ethical strength. Excuse me. Students. We will continue to put students first in our priorities and our decision making. Service. We will continue to be an organization known for its servant spirit. And stewardship. We will continue to embody the qualities of stewardship. 1.5, comments from patrons. We did not have anyone sign up for this portion of it. Those of you that did sign up, it's toward the end of the meeting. This is for agenda items. We'll go on to 2.1, Spotlight Awards. Mrs. Chestnut.
Good evening, board members and everyone else who is here. We're so glad to see each and every one of you on this cold, semi-snowy. Get everybody excited about that. With me tonight is also Mr. Rell, our assistant principal. He'll be doing some of the presentation, and I'll be doing some as well. But we're going to start out with recognition of our community partner spotlight. Okay, so this is the first time in all these years that I've actually had to wear glasses to do this, so I couldn't get the font big enough and not have a book with me, so sorry about that. So tonight, our community spotlight. We are grateful to recognize a dedicated community partner whose leadership, commitment have played a key role in establishing our brand new this year Parent Advisory Board. By reaching out to initiate meaningful conversations with building administration, this partner helped turn an idea into action and laid the foundation for stronger family engagement. Motivated by a desire to support middle school staff and students and recognize the importance of fundraising and resource needs, this partner stepped forward to help strengthen connections and create opportunities for meaningful support. From initiating the possibility to recruiting members and helping bring the board to life, her efforts have created a valuable bridge between families, the school, and this community. As an active supporter and consistent uplifter of middle school students and staff, this much deserving partner brings energy, encouragement, and a genuine belief in the importance of middle-level education. We are thankful for her partnership and for the positive impact she continues to make within our middle school community. I would like to, I guess it went backwards on this. I'll let you take care of that. I'd like to invite Lauren Hayden up to the podium. Thank you so much.
It's okay, Will.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Wow, that was
Thank
a surprise.
Occasionally we can surprise people.
Surprises are always wonderful.
I love this. It's like full circle moment.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I do. Maybe do. Let me go back to that. I gotta remember not to get these. Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And now we're going to talk about some of our students today. South Madison celebrates 6 pillars of character. Middle school can be challenging. Students face academic pressures, competitive athletics, and limited spots in drama, music, and other activities. Research shows that this age comes with social and emotional stress and making it easy to lose focus on what really matters. That's why the 6 pillars of character, trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, and caring, and citizenship are so important. They guide students to do the right thing, treat others well, and make positive contributions to our community. Tonight, we are proud to recognize 6 of our students from Pendleton Heights Middle School who exemplify these pillars. Each was nominated by staff who took the time to write thoughtful narratives highlighting their outstanding character. These students consistently shine through their choices, their actions, and the way they lift others up around them. Congratulations to our nominees, and thank you for showing us what character in action truly looks like. We're going to start out with our first young lady. We'll ask Sadie to come on up. When you see this young lady walking around the hallways of PHMS, you immediately notice a warm, kind-hearted, and thoughtful young lady whose presence makes others feel seen and valued. While she is a strong academic student, she also excels in athletics and is incredibly talented. And what truly sets her apart is her genuine kindness and compassion for others. Sadie consistently demonstrates empathy and care in her daily interactions with both classmates and staff. She is known for checking in on others with a simple but meaningful, "How are you doing today?" a reflection of her sincere concern for those around her. And she brings a positive spirit into every space that she is in, greeting each day with a warm smile, even on those most challenging days. She's respectful, approachable, and inclusive. She values the thoughts and feelings of others, and she embodies the principles of collaboration, communication, creativity, and critical thinking. And if there were a 5th C, it would be caring, which is the characteristic for which she was nominated, and she truly exemplifies everything about that. During group work, she ensures everyone feels supported and included, modeling teamwork and empathy. And throughout the school year, her words and actions consistently reflect kindness. Sadie leaves a lasting impression, not only through her achievements, but through the way she makes people feel. PHMS is a better place because of Sadie, and her character serves as a powerful example of what it means to lead with kindness. Congratulations, Sadie. You're welcome. Next, we would like to invite Lucas Hayden to come on up. He was nominated in several categories, actually. Yeah. But we ended up selecting citizenship for him. I'm going to read, what I read before was the narratives that I'm reading are a combination of what staff members have said about these students that they nominated, because most of them were nominated by multiple teachers or staff members. So, Lucas, this is a spotlight on citizenship. He's an 8th grade student who exemplifies outstanding citizenship, responsibility, and care for others through his actions both at school and in the community. He consistently does his part to make his home, school, and community better by cooperating with others and getting involved in activities that promise positive change. He respects laws and school rules, honors authority, and serves as a good neighbor to everyone around him, and he stays informed and helps others keep others informed as well, bringing enthusiasm and reliability to his role as the daily announcer at PHMS. He's done this for all this year and most of last year, I believe.
Well, this is the 1-year anniversary because Ms. Hilligoss handed it over to me today last year.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't remember the exact date. So his creativity, preparation, and energy has transformed the morning announcements into something students and staff truly look forward to each day. Sometimes we have jokes, sometimes we have music. We never know what's going to happen. I just know it's going to be school appropriate. That's all I know. And it's awesome, always, always good. Making the most engaging and entertaining the announcements have ever been at PHMS. Friendly to all staff and students, Lucas is deeply invested in what happens at PHMS and genuinely cares about the school community. His involvement in organizations such as Student Council, Beta, and FCA reflects his commitment to leadership and service, while his willingness to help others is evident with a smile that shows his strong character. In addition to his leadership at school, Lucas is also an avid thespian, performing on stages throughout the area, including PHMS, where his talent and confidence shine. Through his service, positivity, creativity, and dedication, Lucas has personally helped make PHMS a welcoming and enjoyable place to be, setting an excellent example of responsible citizenship. And I would like to ask if maybe he could come over every morning while he's in high school to do our announcements. No. Or at least train someone. He does such a great job. Thank you, Lucas, for being you. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Okay. Our next Fairness in Action Spotlight, we'd like to invite to come on up. Hudson's another 8th grade young man that we have at Pendleton Heights Middle School that we're very proud of. He consistently demonstrates the character traits of fairness through his daily actions and interactions with others. He plays by the rules, takes turns, and willingly shares. And he helps create a positive and respectful and cooperative environment for students and staff alike. He's open-minded and listens thoughtfully to the ideas and perspective of others. He treats all people fairly and does not take advantage of others, and he takes responsibility for his actions without placing blame on anyone. His integrity and sense of accountability reflects strong character and maturity. In addition to his character in the classroom and hallways, Hudson is also a leader on the athletic field, where he models sportsmanship, teamwork, and respect for teammates and opponents. Through both his words and action, Hudson sets a strong example for his peers and contributes positively to the PHMS community. PHMS is proud to recognize Hudson for the fairness, leadership, and respect he demonstrates every day. Thank you, Hudson. Thank you. Our next spotlighted student is Evie Plovic. Come on up, Evie. Good to see you tonight. The pillar that you were selected to represent tonight was respect. This 8th grade young lady consistently demonstrates the character trait of respect through her thoughtful and kind interactions with others. She treats everyone with care and consideration, following the golden rule in her daily activities. She is tolerant and accepting of differences, valuing the unique perspectives and experiences of those around her. Known for her good manners, politeness, and appropriate language, she is always mindful of the feelings of others. When faced with challenges or disagreements, she chooses peaceful and respectful solutions, helping to maintain a positive and supportive environment. Through her actions, she contributes to a welcoming school culture where classmates and teachers feel valued and respected. PHMS is proud to recognize her for the respect and compassion she shows every single day. Congratulations. Thank you. I'd like to recognize is Riley Schnepp. So glad to have you up here. So Riley is being recognized for her responsibility. She's an 8th grade student at PHMS and consistently demonstrates responsibility both in the classroom and on the athletic field. She stays on top of her assignments, meets deadlines, and takes initiative to understand what is needed to perform her very best. Proactive, organized, and dependable, Riley doesn't wait to be reminded. She exemplifies accountability in all that she does. Her sense of responsibility extends to her athletic commitments as well. When faced with injury, Riley focused on rebuilding her strength safely and preparing for upcoming events. She takes ownership of challenges, looks for solutions, and works tirelessly to improve herself. Guided by a mindset that everything is figure-outable, she shows remarkable resilience, determination, and drive. Riley is the student you can always rely on to follow through. Whether completing tasks ahead of schedule or helping others stay on track, she models diligence, self-discipline, and a positive attitude. PHMS is proud to recognize Riley for her unwavering commitment to responsibility and excellence. Congratulations.
Great work.
Our next spotlight is on Molly Rexroth. Come on up. She's right here beside me. We are recognizing Molly for her trustworthiness. Molly is another 8th grade student who exemplifies trustworthiness, integrity, and dedication to everything she does. Serving as a student assistant in a classroom with students with learning challenges, Molly goes above and beyond the typical role. She approaches her responsibilities with care, thoughtfulness, and professionalism, supporting both her peers and the teachers. Molly's classmates trust her, frequently seeking her guidance to understand assignments or navigate challenges. She motivates students to give their best effort and helps create a positive, productive learning environment. Even during times when the teacher faced health challenges, Molly reliably ensured that classroom tasks were completed and regularly communicated updates on student progress. Beyond her reliability, Molly demonstrates genuine care for others. She never discusses students' difficulties with peers, but instead brainstorms ways to help them succeed. Her integrity, maturity, and leadership make her a role model for her classmates and a trusted member of the PHMS community. Congratulations, Molly.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
Finally, PHMS would like to recognize one more person tonight for our Above and Beyond Award recipient. I can't say that we've ever had a more deserving recipient than the one we have this year. We'd like to invite Marie Reynolds to come on up. Marie's been with us for, I lose track of years, a few years. 5? Okay, wow. Okay, 5 years, and she was a steal. Let's just put it that way. I'm so thankful that we found her, or she found us. I don't know which way it worked, but she's here, and we are so excited. This year we proudly present Marie Reynolds, whose impact on our school community is felt daily by students and staff. Marie is a steadfast supporter of students and colleagues alike, consistently going above and beyond to foster a positive, supportive environment. She works skillfully with students to mediate peer conflict using restorative practices and helping build understanding, accountability, and strong relationships. Her calm presence and thoughtful approach make a meaningful difference for students navigating challenges, as well as peers. A true team player and leader among teachers, Marie collaborates seamlessly with her department, embracing new teaching assignments with flexibility and enthusiasm. I'll explain that. Our wellness department, of which Marie was hired to be a part of, took on a task this year of teaching high school credit, preparing for college and careers course. All of our 8th graders are in that, will take that course. They either took it first semester, or they'll take it second semester for high school credit, which is, and that credit is required for a graduation requirement. So our kiddos are getting that opportunity to take. Marie kind of took the lead and has taken a very active role in figuring out how to do that, and her positivity in that has been a blessing, really. So I am thrilled to say that about her. Let's see what else we say. She contributes innovative ideas, supports her colleagues without complaint, and plays a key role in strengthening our staff culture as a coordinator for the social committee. Her positivity, encouragement, and willingness to uplift others make her a trusted and valued leader within our school community. Notably, I always like to have a fun fact about all of our people. Notably, Marie's excellence extends beyond the classroom. According to Google, as of 2026, she still holds the Ball State University women's outdoor hammer throw record. That's what Google says.
Weight throw.
Weight throw, okay, it's a hammer in there. Okay, so she still has a record at Ball State, a remarkable achievement that continues to stand as the benchmark for the discipline. Marie's dedication, leadership, and unwavering positivity truly embody what it means to go above and beyond, and we are so fortunate to have her a part of our school community. Thank you, Marie. I'll say just one little thing and then we'll get started. Oh, they're interested in
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just, I wasn't up on that.
so cool. With that being said, thank you all for being here tonight and supporting each other, and thank you for even being nominated. Obviously, you stand out and shine even when you don't know it, and that's something to be proud of. Keep up the good work. Okay, we'll move on with the rest of our presentation. I'm going to let Mr. Rell do some talking, and
I'll try to be quick for you guys. I've already been warned. Nobody wants
you
to.
only have 1 minute left.
Yeah.
After 5 of the 6 we were granted.
No, I know. I know. If anybody wants the opportunity to talk shop with me, like, you can block out a whole day. I will probably be able to take most of it because I've used a lot of Drew's time. One button. So what were we working on last year? A lot of what we were doing was building systems. The book, James Clear, Atomic Habits, really focuses on the importance of creating these systems because, again, he has this saying, you do not rise to the level of your systems because in those tough moments, it is difficult to take in all of these different things. And so it's not about setting these goals, it's about establishing these strong systems that support what you're doing. And so last year we had this focus on PLC. So we had a common model amongst the departments. We had a common time in which we were meeting, which was Wednesday mornings. And then we also had some other things that teachers were doing during that time. We also had a more intentional focus on PBIS, making common expectations. All of our kids, they are so fortunate they get to watch mainly a video of me on the first day of school talking about school expectations. It's probably the best part of their school year for sure. Probably some, and then we also built in some positive reinforcement to help reinforce those expected behaviors. And then also we built a more uniform system of support for our behavioral intervention. And so, you know, when we build these things with these systems, the all-important question is always like, well, what did the data say? And so when we look at the iLearn data from the previous school year, you'll see the state average on top and then our school average on bottom. So in 7th grade math, the state average was a 36% pass rate. We were at a 46% pass rate. So that was a great job with our current 8th grade class, because again, this is when they were 7th graders. When we look at our 8th grade data, state average was 35% of the state passing that assessment. Our 8th graders, 46% of our kids were passing that assessment. When we look at ELA, 7th grade, the state average was 38%. We were at 43%. And then when we looked at 8th grade ELA, state average was 43%, and our average was 53%. Again, in all of those areas, you would see that we were above the state average, which is, again, where we expect to be. It's where we want to be, and it's nice to see that gap where it is. We also know that those things happen with the academics when kids are in school and they're attending classes because they're doing the learning activities that we're doing, they're getting that practice in, and we continue to see a growth in our attendance rate as we work to focus on building some of these systems that increase that school culture and that buy-in. I also am competitive, like some of the teachers in our building. And so if we look at the schools that are in our conference, you'll see that in 3 of the 4 areas, we are above all of them in our state pass rates. I did include a county school in there so that we could also see how do we stack up against the next closest Madison County school. So you'll see that in the areas we're above conference, we're above the county, and then when we start looking towards Hamilton County, we're close in a lot of areas and knocking on the door where we're going to be meeting the same levels of success that they're starting to see or they have with some of the statewide assessments. When we look at where we were for English, we were at the 61st percentile as far as where our pass rates were. So again, we're above that median, we're above the state average. And then for math, again, we're also at the 61st percentile as well. So again, we're not just above the state average. There is some daylight between us and the state, which is where we want to be. And so again, when we have a year like we had last year, the question is always like, what do we do now? And schools tend to have the habits of chasing new initiatives and getting distracted by just new and shiny things that quite honestly increases teacher burnout. And in a time where we're trying to keep the teachers that we have, we obviously want to avoid that. And so going back to James Clear, the purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. It is about the cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. And so when we talk about what were we going to do coming into the school year this fall, we made the conscious decision that we're going to continue the focus on what we were focusing on last year. So continuous improvement, and that's really through the systems building that we put in place last year to continue to grow our students and our teachers. And so again, that peace of mind part where PLCs, that's where we are working to meet the needs of all students academically. And then that PBIS structure that we have, that's meeting all the students' behavioral needs. And so those two things together, we believe, is what builds the strong system that we have that is causing the success that we see in our building. Before we go any further, we got to also recognize the fact that school is more than just about the academic side of what we're doing. So previous updates and recognition that the schools received this year is one, the safety compliance. The School Safety Board of Indiana is no longer under the
School safety banner.
is under a completely new agency this year. It's under the Department of Homeland Security, and they are now auditing safety plans. Ours was one of the first ones to be audited this school year, so Mrs. Chestnut and I got to spend all day with the group as they were looking at that. We were 100% compliant, and then also there are some things that they took out of our plan that they are wanting to take to other schools because, again, they felt that we were doing them that well. And again, in a time where, we need to be conscious of it, it was a good thing to hear that what we're doing, one, is 100% compliant, but also a model for other schools to use in their buildings. The second thing is that Our Purple Star recognition was renewed for this year. So again, that is how we honor veterans through some of the different programs that we have.
And activities
In
that we do.
programs and activities, yep. And then the third thing, which is always really difficult in a building that only gets kids for 2 years, is to form a parent group. To be completely honest, a lot of parents get worn out of participating and volunteering for 7 years in the elementary. Like, they're really able to get the parents more involved. The middle school, it's a little bit more challenging. Like I said, we only get them for 2 years, and in those 2 years, we take them from what seems like they're babies to like now they're in high school and now they're almost adults, and we have that like awkward year, those awkward 2 years with them. But it is really important that we are able to build that, grow it, and get that success again, so that we can continue to see some of the successes that we have. And so, again, as we talk about connecting with kids and trying to get them to identify and want to be able to come to school and do the things, we're always looking to improve the programs that we have. And so, again, we offer an extensive music program, a wide list of electives. We have wide number of clubs, theater, sports. We have spirit combos every quarter, which sometimes involves student versus teacher games, which our teachers are risking injury to try to make sure that we
Still come out on top.
still try to beat the kids, because again, we're just a competitive group. Quarter celebrations, and then new to the middle school this year is esports. And so that has been a new avenue that, again, we're trying to reach a group of kids that traditionally are not connecting in those different extracurricular activities. Because, again, going back to the goal here, we're trying to get them to connect to school. Because, one, we know that's going to help with attendance, but also just helps with general buy-in to what the school's purpose is. Celebrations from the fall: 8th grade football, 6-1 conference co-champions. 7th grade and 8th grade volleyball had a really good season. Boys cross country, they were county and invite champions. Girls cross country, county and invite champions. Boys and girls soccer were both conference runner-ups. Boys basketball, 2 weekends ago, were crowned conference champions.
And our girls' basketball will compete in the semifinals of HHC this weekend, but when we were making the slides, that hadn't happened yet. So they're on their way as well, hopefully.
Yeah. Then this past weekend, our band went to solo and ensemble. We had soloists compete. 23 of them received golds. 2 of them received silvers. And then 54 students earned gold for their different ensembles. We had 2 groups score perfect scores in trios. And then we had a group 1 solo who also earned a gold, qualifying them for state. So that means they'll go on and compete again at North Central in a couple weeks from now. It's quite an honor for a middle school student
Rare.
to go to that state competition, because again, you have to be in that group 1, and not all high school students are even competing at that group 1 level, and this middle schooler is. So it is great to see that type of success coming from our middle school program. Other parts of school that is important, again, because again, we're not just focusing on academics, we're also focusing on the career exploration. This past fall was the first time our 8th grade students experienced the Forge Your Future student experience. They went to Newcastle, the East Central Ed Service Center. We took half of our group, all the students who are preparing college and careers in the fall. They were able to just explore these 5 different areas of the career pathways, the career clusters. Students had a good time. The students also did an incredible job of representing Pendleton Heights Middle School. We heard rave reviews from the adults there as far as how well our kids participated, engaged in those activities. And so that was great to hear. We're going again in the spring for the 8th graders who take PCC in the spring. And then other parts of the career exploration is that continuation of the 7th grade Trades Day. It's grown enough through Mrs. Chestnut's leadership that LaPel Middle School will be working with us this school year.
They're joining us. All
Or
of the
joining us,
seventh
sorry.
graders are going to be, the LaPel kids are combining with our kids this year. So we've increased by, I forget, 130 more kids or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe 100 kids. Anyway, so that's a challenge, but we want to spread it. We're trying to spread it through the county, and that's our first step, is LaPel is our first step. So we'll see what happens after that.
Yep. And then when they participate in that, our eighth graders will continue that tradition of participating in the service day, where they go out in the community and participate in those different activities, again, for that community service, because that's the other part of the educational experience that we want them to understand, is that idea of service. So all of these things are going on in our school, and again, we have to take a step back and go, okay, how are the academics doing? Well, we've taken the first and the second checkpoints in math. That is the state benchmark assessment. Our averages are green, the Pendleton green, and the state average is in blue. You'll see that gap is still there between where we are and where the state is. Those first two groups of bar graphs, that's seventh grade, and then the second group is that eighth grade data as well. So again, you're seeing that we are above the state average and trying to grow that gap that we have between us and the state. In ELA, you'll see the exact same thing again, that we're above the state average. ELA is always a challenge. The state saw a statewide average dip. We saw it as well, but it was about the same as what the state had. But again, what we want to make sure is that we're above that state average, and that we're looking for that growth when we're talking about our individual students and where they are. Thank you for coming, and hopefully I was quick enough for you guys, because I'm sure you just love hearing. So again, kids, you guys truly make the days way more enjoyable. Yes, I enjoy and love talking about instruction and all of that stuff, but what really makes it fun is seeing you guys on the hallway, joking with you guys, connecting, doing all of that stuff. So thank you guys. Parents, thank you for one, being here tonight, but then also raising your children in a way that they meet some of these expectations and just also characteristics that are so important to being successful. So, thanks.
Well, thank you for coming. We always look forward to this because we don't always get to see all the kids, especially in some of the younger grades. Any board members have any questions, or any administration?
I've got a quick question. I don't want you to take this as a criticism question. It's just I genuinely don't know. Obviously, I see we're higher than the state, and I see that we're higher than everyone else in Madison County. But just as seeing those numbers, at least for me, just looking at it from a parent point of view, I was shocked to see, when you see the elementary numbers and you see 90%, 100%. Why is it that when you get to middle school, like for iRead and stuff, why is it for middle school, why do they drop down so much?
So there's a couple different reasons. Some are speculations. So if you ask that question, well, you can ask that question in terms of like your maybe trust in the process. If you look at the predictive pass rate for, let's say, 8th grade math, to pass the 8th grade test, if we were still taking NWEA, you would need to be at the 75th percentile.
Okay.
At the elementary levels, those are maybe like the 50th percentile.
Okay.
And so the state establishes the cut score after we take the assessment. That's how
Not
we,
before.
It's
Not
after.
before.
And it's different each year,
Okay.
or at least,
Yeah.
it could be different this year
Yeah.
than it was last year.
So there's that as like a quantifier, not a quantifier, I don't know, a comment before that. But the middle school challenges also is, the level of rigor just jumps up significantly. So
From 6
we're gonna
to
go math,
7,
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go math nerd on you real quick. and I apologize.
He's a
Um,
math teacher,
So,
here we go.
in sixth grade, the base standard is to solve one-step equations where really you're only worrying about positive numbers. Seventh grade standard, it turns into solving two-step equations, but to rational numbers. And so not am I only dealing with positive numbers that are integers. You also have to now deal with negative numbers, and you have to deal with numbers that are decimals and fractions. All of that jumps from sixth grade to seventh grade. And so that's an example of the rigor. And then the other challenge is that, like, we have middle school students, they start participating in athletics. This age group is also defined by their desire to push boundaries. Sometimes that's when they start going, man, I don't feel like doing this anymore. Elementary, they generally do things because they love you and you're asking them to do it. Middle school is like, I'm not sure about you. I don't know if I'm gonna do what you want me to do yet. And a lot of our students do it, but that is a general thing that middle schools have to compete with compared to the elementary. And then the other side of that is like, the changes that take place. And so that social, balance of like trying to deal with anxieties of just like being sometimes an awkward middle schooler, becomes the forefront of some of the things that they're worried about. And so, again, there's less of that innocence of like, I should just worry about school, and now I'm gonna be worrying about what everybody's saying about me, even though like, no one's really saying anything about that individual student, like, that's just the anxiety of being a middle schooler.
What's the difference
And
from
that's
home?
what it's like. It was generally terrible for most people.
No, that's helpful. I just, when you put the numbers and it said, 40-some%, 50-some%, I looked out and like, I'd say 50% of the people were like,
Yeah, the state
because
average
it's
is
just,
low.
yeah,
It's low.
so I just wondered.
Yeah, so.
Anybody else have questions? Well, thank you for coming. We're going to take about a 5-minute break so that anyone that wants to leave, you may do so. If you go out to the front lobby, they may want to take some pictures. We'll take about 5 minutes. We'll start up again. We'll go with 4.1, approval of minutes of regular meeting. Did everybody have a chance to look at these?
Yes.
Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay, it's moved and seconded, and has to do with our approval of the minutes, so call for the question.
Anna Blake? Yes. Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Gidner?
Yes.
Mike Hannah?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. We move on to 4.2, approval of accounts payable vouchers. Any questions at this point? You're up.
Okay,
Anything that's extra? No?
I can't think of,
Okay.
Motion to approve the accounts payable voucher.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Everybody's had a chance. Any questions at all? Okay, Penny?
Anna Blake? Yes. Kevin Gidner?
Yes.
Buck Evans?
Yes.
Mike Hannah?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. We'll move on to consent items, usually 5.1 to 5.4. It's about staff and about trip requests. Is it okay to put them all together? Anybody object to that? No. Okay, I need a motion.
Second that.
Okay, moved and seconded that 5.1 through 5.4 be taken together. Any discussion on it at all? Penny?
Anna Blake? Yes. Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Gidner?
Yes.
Mike Hannah?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to 6.1, disposal of surplus equipment. Mr. McCarty.
thank you, President Thompson. Tonight, the administration is requesting permission to declare a Braille note-taking device as surplus equipment. And speaking with our special ed director, this is a item that we have not used in many years. There's a student at Noblesville that is could make some use out of this, and pending approval, we anticipate selling that to Noblesville. Looking at our students, it's a pretty unique device. It's a note-taking device that a student has to be pretty proficient to use, and she did not see anyone in the pipeline in our school that would be likely to use that. So her recommendation is, and we concur with that, is to sell it to Noblesville at this time.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, motion?
I make a motion, we approve 6.1 as presented to us.
I'll second that.
It's been moved and seconded to go ahead with the disposal of the surplus equipment.
Anna Blake? Yes. Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Gidner?
Yes.
Mike Hannah?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to 6.2, contract approval. Mr. McCarty.
Thank you, President Thompson. Tonight, we just have one contract that we're requesting approval for assistance in special ed, helping fill some ongoing vacancies with our intense behavior classroom. These are some challenging positions to fill, and this company can help us meet those needs.
Anybody have any questions? Motion?
Motion to approve 6.2.
Second.
It's been approved and seconded for the contract approval that Mr. McCarty has submitted. Penny?
Anna Blake? Yes. Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Gidner?
Yes.
Mike Hannah?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. Moving on to 7.1, Mr. Frewer.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Each year, as a district, we are required to develop a transfer tuition plan that establishes the number of transfer students our school corporation has the capacity to accept in each building and grade group. In addition, the plan must establish a date by which transfer requests must be received and provide that, with certain exceptions, a request to transfer from another school corporation to a school within SMCSC or between schools within the school corporation not be denied for any reason other than capacity. The application and the process documents that you have in your board docs are similar to what they have looked like in the past. And pending approval this evening, we would accept applications from March 2nd through April 17th. And then I would bring those applications to you for approval on May 7th. After that meeting, we would accept applications only as space permits and acceptance criteria is met. Additionally, you have a document regarding the non-resident student openings that we are advertising for 26-27 school year. And a couple of things that I would like to point out in there that you notice or likely notice, that we, for grades K through 6, we are only advertising space at East Elementary. As we review the current staffing and enrollment levels and consider the demographic forecast that we shared last month, we anticipate that most new in-district growth will likely occur at Maple Ridge and Pendleton Elementary. In order to accommodate for that, we felt it prudent to not advertise space in those buildings at this time. As we move through the spring and summer, it's possible that we determine that space is available and can accept new transfers then. Separate from the transfer plan, there were 2 additional documents that I did share with you. And both of these documents have to do with the public transfer report that the Department of Education puts out in the fall and then again in the spring, that tracks the number of K through 12 students who have transferred between public school corporations and charter schools, and how many students are utilizing the choice scholarships or vouchers to attend non-public schools. So just to bring your attention to the district and county document that you see in your board docs, it shows a report for South Madison over the past 4 years, as well as some surrounding districts for 2025. And then a couple of things that likely stand out as you look at that. One, the over 300% increase in the number of students that live in South Madison that are attending non-public schools using the choice scholarships or vouchers. There's an increase in the number of students transferring to other public schools, a very stable number of incoming non-resident students in the district. There is a decline in overall net transfers since 2022, and the number of students that live in our district receiving state funds has increased by 373 students. So a couple interpretations from that, that I don't think we should look at this table and think we have lost 282 students since 2022, nor that we have 373 new students necessarily move into South Madison boundaries. Many of these students likely lived in our district for years, have attended a non-public school, but because they have started using state funds through the choice scholarships or the vouchers, that they are now being tracked by the Department of Education because they are receiving those state funds. So as a result, that number is going to increase as the eligibility for those scholarships has also increased. It's known that we have new housing options available to us in the south part of our district. It's quite likely that as students move and families move into those housing that because other districts around us also accept transfer students, that they are remaining in possibly the districts from which they are coming from, living in South Madison, but so going to Hamilton Southeastern or Mount Vernon, wherever it is that they're moving from. We are working and continuing to make an effort to get information from families on their decision to transfer. We know that students are withdrawing. We have a survey that we are sending families that have transferred out this year. Our response up to this point hasn't been stellar and not enough to really develop any trends, but it is something that we are working on. And we know students are leaving to try to find out why. So it's just information that we wanted to share with the board. At different times there are questions about where do our students go and where do our students come from. So I tried to put that information in a couple of documents for you. That transfer report data is just information for the board. The transfer plan that was presented does require action, and the administration requests approval of that plan. Happy to answer any questions related to it.
Anybody have questions, Mr. Kerr? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the plan as presented.
Pendleton Southeastern.
I'll second that.
Greenfield,
Okay,
Melbourne.
moved and seconded. We approve the plan that Mr.
Incredible.
Kerr has brought to us today.
Anderson.
Kenny?
Anna Blake? Yes. Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Gender?
Yes.
Mike Hanna?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. We're going to move on to 7.2, approval of textbook adoption. Dr. Miller.
Thank you. I would like to bring to you today the work of every elementary teacher and all of the administration dealing with elementary. We would like to request that we can adopt for the next 6 years, Savas My View for K-5 and Savas My Perspective. It's the same series, it's just the middle school version for 6th grade. That would be from the 26-27 year to the 2031-32 year. Sounds kind of weird, but we have been working on this for about a year and a half. In addition to the teachers learning more, understanding more, dealing more with the science behind the teaching of reading and aligning the curriculum to that, we have been to the state caravans. We took 3 different groups to that to study the initial batch of the list that was considered highly qualified. So in this case, the state used to provide us lists of books that were on their approved list. They had stopped that. They have now restarted that for reading and also for STEM. We took that list, we studied that list, we had those people narrow it down. From that, we did a deep dive into a couple of the series. In that deep dive, we had the vendors in multiple times to answer our questions. We started a Q&A bank where teachers had questions and the vendor would respond back digitally to us. And through all of our work, through our discussions, through our analysis of the state standards, through our analysis of the science of reading, and what we want to continue to do to improve our students' reading scores, and continue the work of, yes, we have iRead, and we're rocking it there, and we're gonna keep rocking it there. We need to keep working on our iLearn and how do we push those kids up in language arts. We would ask that you approve us tonight for My View, and if so, we will get working on that this spring. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I know the state pretty much dictated, what, a couple of different ways you could go on this?
We had a choice of 6 different books for
6 different,
elementary.
okay.
That we had. They did add one additional one. In one of your documents, I kind of gave you their list. So yes, we had that. We actually do have, because of our iRead scores, the option to go out beyond that. But my hesitation is, the law says I can go out beyond and adopt something else, but I'm adopting it for 6 years. This is a healthy cost to the district. So I'm adopting it for 6 years. If the state would change something in iRead and something would happen with our scores, I would immediately that following year, over the summer, have to adopt something else. If I pick from their list, we're safe. We can use their work. If something would happen to our scores, we can work on our work, but we have our materials. So there's a
Okay.
cost factor to that. But what we did was we analyzed those books. We narrowed it down to 3 initially that we felt would be of use to us and fit our needs, and then we studied those.
Okay.
Studied them deeply. The teachers, when we did our work in November on it, and they gave us our feedback and everything, all they did was pray that we actually made a decision because they were tired of studying and wanted to move on. So.
Anybody else have questions for Dr. Miller? No.
I was just happy to hear that the teachers all, like,
Oh, yeah.
voted.
They
You know
were
what I
very
mean? Like,
much
it's
involved
nice
in it.
to hear
We've
that.
always, South Madison has
Yep.
always included the teachers in that in different ways. This year, we did multiple layers. Like I said, we had the vendors in, spent 2 of our in-service days strictly working on that piece. We typically in the past had a representative from each grade level come to a meeting, and this time we had everybody in. Everybody's voice, everybody was there. We always had them included, but then they had to narrow it down to 1. I will say, no serious created more of a consensus. We agreed that these would work. And now that we've agreed, let's see which one we think works best for us. So,
How's the cost compare?
how's the cost compare?
What we currently
Depends
have.
on what you look at. If you look at the documentation on the state, they all look fairly equal. If you look at the products you get back, this one is probably more in the middle of it. You know, one of them that we had narrowed it down to was a little higher. And so that we were looking at how much higher it was for this. So I'm gonna bring you a contract next board meeting. It is a healthy contract, I can tell you that. But we've been talking about how that fits into our plans and budgets.
But regardless of the choice, it would have been a healthy contract no matter.
Oh, absolutely,
I mean,
absolutely,
yeah.
yes. This contract is right there in line with anything else we would have had to pick. Yes.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Do I have a motion?
Yeah, I make a motion that we approve the textbook committee's recommendation for our reading series for the next 6 years.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded that we approve this.
Anna Blake? Yes. Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Ginder?
Yes.
Mike Hanna?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes.
Just to go back to the healthy contract, if you look at what the state has allocated to us for textbook fees as a whole, adoption of a new series such as a reading series is more than the annual allocation for a student. So, we're
Yeah, working with
looking
it.
at those funds, making decisions, trying to find places to trim.
Okay. We'll move on to 8.1, comments from patrons. And since this is the first meeting we've had comments from patrons this year, I want to read through our rules that we are allowed to make by state law. This is a meeting of the school board held in accordance with Indiana state law, but it is not a public meeting. Under Indiana law, the school board does provide 2 opportunities for public comment. One on agenda topics, which was the one I said was at the first, and then one for public comment on non-agenda topics. And it's usually at the end of our meeting. And it's under board policy bylaw 167.3. And all who wish to comment must complete the sign-in sheet by 6:55 p.m. before the start of the meeting, which we have. Participants must be recognized by the presiding officer. Each statement made by a participant shall be limited to 3 minutes. There will be a timer displayed on the screen that you can see that'll let you know how much time you have left while you're speaking. No participant may speak more than once on the same topic unless questioned further by the presiding officer. All statements shall be directed to the presiding officer. No person may address or question board members individually. The administration will address individual employee concerns. Those concerns will not be addressed at this public meeting. The board may not respond to your comments within this meeting, but will take your comments under advisement, and the board or our administration will address your comments in a timely and appropriate manner. Okay, Kai, you're up first. If you'll turn on the button, the little light will go green there.
Okay. Good afternoon, my name is Kai McClure. It has now been 1 week since I submitted my formal complaint on the PHHS athletic director. As of today, only one board member has signified that the...
Did you hear me say that we're not going to talk about employees?
No, I didn't.
Okay, let me read it to you again, and then I'll have her start your 3 minutes over again.
Okay.
All statements are to be directed to me and not to any of the other members. And the administration will address individual employee concerns. And here, that's Dr. Hall. Those concerns will not be addressed at this public meeting, okay?
Mark,
So if you want to address something else, then
I got a question real quick. I
Yes.
just want to make sure everything is compliant. I'm looking at the policy for student complaints, and it says the board will hear the complaints of students of the corporation, provided that such complaints and grievances are made according to the procedures established.
okay, and
So
our
then-
established procedure is that we don't talk about employees here. And if you want to make an appointment with Dr. Hall or your, or anybody at the school, please do so. It's not that we don't want to hear your comments, it's just not appropriate in a public meeting.
I understand that, but can I just say that I already sent you all an email about my complaint, and I
have read your email, and I think probably,
well, I didn't know that because I only received one response of email, which was from Miss Blake, so I didn't know that you guys had responded.
do you want to sit and compose yourself a little more?
I
or
think
do you
she just
wanna go
probably
ahead?
doesn't know what her next step is.
Yeah.
She's trying to say, why have I not heard from any of you, and why am I feeling like as if I'm being ignored in this?
I don't think you're being ignored. It's a matter of, that isn't something that we normally are going to respond to. We forward those things to our superintendent, and either superintendent or principal should be the ones to acknowledge and set up a time to meet with you, if that's what you want.
It's also been more than 7 days. since
I'm sorry, what?
It's also been longer than what, it's been more than 7 days, and under your policy, you're supposed to give us a response in less time than that. So that's why she's here to speak, because she feels like she's being silenced and no one is listening.
Okay.
So that's.
Your comments that you sent in an email, I have read through them. I read through all of it.
We all have.
It isn't something we want to disagree with you on. We don't want to, it's one of those things where we pay the superintendent and to our other administrators that's what they take care of.
Okay.
So, if you want to use your 3 minutes to talk about other things, please do, but please do not talk about employees. To do that, you need to set up an appointment with an administrator.
I think I've already said what I need to say in my email, and yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. And then,
Okay.
Good job, girl. Sorry.
Next, is Oz? Is Oz? He doesn't want to, okay. All right. Stephanie?
Okay, I guess I should ask, mine is a specific incident that was with a staff member.
It should be directed to Dr. Hall at a private meeting.
Okay. All right.
Could be about a hypothetical staff member. I mean, in theory.
Can I leave a name of the staff member out and just?
With Dr. Hall, you
Just,
may.
I'll meet with you after.
Okay, perfect,
Yeah.
thank you.
I think you need to, and I know a lot of you aren't correct on our procedures, but we're like the end, we're the jury. So when somebody has a problem with an employee, Dr. Hall judges it and bases it, and then comes to us with a recommendation of either we don't hear anything, or he says, yeah, we need to do something with this employee. So we just don't, never have. That the board sitting here right now is not exclusive to this. We just never have got in the middle of that. We pay the superintendent to handle personnel issues. He comes to us with a hire, fire, discipline, whatever. So,
It just seems like a lot of those aren't getting answered though. Because I mean, we've had so many incidents that I'm a 90-year living family in Pendleton and my daughter's got to go to Lapel. Because the issues
We're
aren't
one of
being
those students
answered.
that transferred out.
Because they won't give us answers. We've been there for everything,
Who have you gone to? The principal?
everybody.
If you
We're not allowed to talk about that though.
If you've
Not
gone
but
to the
that's who we're trying to
principal,
talk
We did, that's who we are having our concern with.
Okay, then-
And that's why we had to,
They
we
ignore
did, we
her.
pulled our daughter to
Okay.
go to a different school
then
specifically.
please get with Dr. Hall.
Okay.
And he will,
That's cool.
his door's open, I
Yeah, that
promise.
works.
Yeah, I agree.
As long as there's someone that I can.
There's just a
speak to,
chain,
More
you
than
know,
just an email,
the
I
different
guess.
levels,
Yeah,
principal, or assistant principal, principal, then you go to the superintendent,
okay.
and then it comes to us.
And then he'll come to you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So like, what if like if you get past the 7 days or whatever and you don't get answers, where's your next step?
I'm not sure because we only meet every 2 weeks at that.
Just
Like,
request,
is there like
like
a
for her, would
stage?
she just
Should go to
request
like
like
a
a
stage?
private meeting for
Okay.
Mr. Hall?
Yes.
So that's where your stuff would be, just request a private meeting with Mr. Hall?
We've done one, but we have issues, another issue that we didn't speak on, that we're not getting answers. I understand, but we're not getting them.
Well, you still need to meet with Dr. Hall. Okay, let's move on to 6.2, or excuse me, 8.2, communications from the superintendent.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. I just want to, again, I think all of you received the email that I'd sent last week about all the hard work our support staff did to make sure we got into school last week, and I just want to reiterate that again in the public meeting. So I think a lot of times people don't remember all the behind-the-scenes people, our custodians and our maintenance people and our bus drivers and our transportation crew that were out every day checking roads and moving massive amounts of snow last week. So just want to again publicly thank them for getting us back in school and the community being flexible and getting us back in.
Okay. We'll move on to 8.3, communications from the Board of School Trustees. Mr. Hannon.
Met with the RDC met this evening for a meeting, and basically, the things that they talk about, they're just concerned about the downtown area of Pendleton regarding the traffic. They're regarding parking, and how they can expand make more available parking in the Pendleton downtown area. And that's pretty much what they talk about. It's just about planning and long-range planning, and that's kind of what we're involved with. Another comment, met with my elementary girl, my little reader today, and I would encourage anybody to get involved with that. It's so rewarding to read, have these first graders read with you. Takes 20 minutes, and part of the reason they ask for us to do that is the child gets some more individual attention or help if needed. But I'm totally impressed by the reading level of these first grade kids. It's just amazing. So I've got a lot of satisfaction out of that. We meet just once a week, about 20 minutes. It's good. Thank you.
Kevin?
I don't have anything this time, sir.
Anna?
Good luck to the girls at sectionals coming up. Nope, I think that's
They
it.
played Friday the first game.
I want to say thank you to our parents because I know e-learning is hard to do. It's just tough for the kids, it's tough for parents. It's just tough. I hate we have to do it, but luckily we can do it. We have we can do it. So thanks also to our teachers who are also working hard to make those lessons and get those things done for us. So it's very, very difficult. Snow days, 2-hour delays, it's hard on everybody. So hopefully we don't have any more this year, but hopefully. Nope.
No, thanks.
Okay. That's it for our public meeting, so we will ask for the motion to adjourn.
So
Make a
moved.
motion.
Second.
Penny?
Anna Blake?
Yes.
Buck Evans?
Yes.
Kevin Gibner?
Yes.
Mike Hanna?
Yes.
Bill Hutton?
Yes.
John Lord?
Yes.
Mark Thompson?
Yes. We'll have about a 10-minute break before we go into executive session.